Hello, everybody. Ezri Rozier here. So our starters looked good, but the Eagles lose a late preseason affair against the New York Jets. And I know that there's going to be some trolls out there going like, "Ha ha! You guys lost to the Jets!" Ah! It was a preseason game. Nobody is getting tilted about a preseason loss to the New York Jets. And have you seen our regular season record against the Jets? The Eagles and Jets first met in 1973. The Eagles are 12-0 against the New York Jets all time in the regular season. I'll repeat that. The Eagles are 12-0 against the New York Jets in the regular season. That is a 48-year-long winning streak. That is the most wins without a loss by one team against another in NFL history. So I don't want to hear any crap about how, the Jets own the Eagles lost to the Jets. Listen, when it comes to meaningful games, the Jets have not beaten us. We are 12-0 against them. One of two teams that we're undefeated against. The other is the Houston Texans, who we play this year, actually, and I'll be at that game. So Jalen Hurts looked pretty good. He went 6 for 6, about 80 yards, had that nice 22-yard touchdown pass to Dallas Goedert. And there's been this narrative right throughout training camp how he looks for A.J. Brown too much. Jalen Hurts didn't throw at A.J. Brown a single time yesterday. Now, some people will take that as a negative, but I think it goes as a positive too, because listen, if the whole thing was about him looking at A.J. Brown too much, then it's good that he didn't throw to him yesterday, because if you're throwing to the one guy over and over, then that's going to get predictable. And yesterday, he showed that he can be efficient without looking at A.J. Brown. So that I was really proud of. And Cam Jurgens looked really solid yesterday after Kelsey left. That everybody saw the viral video a few days ago about how Jordan Davis destroyed him, made him look like he was bunny hopping backwards. But yesterday, he looked pretty efficient. He looked like the guy that Jason Kelsey handpicked to be his successor. And now, the other thing I want to talk about is this dude, Jason Huntley. Jason Huntley was on 2 kick returns. He had a touchdown. He didn't look like the second coming of Barry Sanders, I'm saying, but the guy, he looked like a workhorse back. This guy, he looked like a really special type of player. And I'm really excited to see him more on kick returns, because anybody but Jalen Reagor. I don't need any more Jalen Reagor on kick returns. I would rather see Greg Ward on kick returns, honestly. Seriously, I would. Because Jalen Reagor, it's just the guy can't get anything going on punt returns. And I know people are talking about him having a good camp, but I'm just not sure, guys, because I remember when I fell for how J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had a good camp in 2019, and then he just disappeared in the regular season. I'm not falling for that fake hype, man. I'm not falling for it anymore. Not falling for it. And now I do want to talk about some bad things I saw from the offense. So the offensive line got called for 4 penalties. There was a Jordan Mailata penalty. I think it was for holding, and that wiped out a Jalen Hurts touchdown. And there was 3 other penalties against Lane Johnson, Sue Opeta, and somebody else. They were false starts. And those were backing us up. One aspect that I don't need to see return from the 2021 Eagles are the penalties. Because I remember early on last year, the Eagles had a huge penalty problem. We were getting the most penalties in the NFL. The entire league, we were the most penalized team in the NFL. And we had 3 touchdowns taken away from us by penalties in that Kansas City Chiefs game. We were getting flagged on a ridiculous rate. It was horrible. And another thing I want to mention, so there was one moment where Jalen Hurts took an extremely late hit out of bounds. It was egregious by this Jets player named Quincy Williams. It was horrible. He was way out of bounds. And Nick Sirianni, he rightfully screamed his head off about it. That's why I like Nick Sirianni, because Doug Peterson, when he saw some bullcrap happening, he would really keep his composure. But Nick Sirianni, he's not scared to yell at you. He will blow his stack. And so the Eagles starters, they dominated the Jets starters. Another guy I want to mention is Kazir White, who we picked up from the Chargers. He had a nice interception off a poorly thrown pass by Zach Wilson. And that looks good. Everybody's been raving about his coverage. Really excited to see Kazir White. And also, speaking of Zach Wilson, prayers to Zach Wilson, because it appears that he has torn his ACL on a non-contact injury. And you really hate to see that type of thing happen to a young quarterback, so hope he gets better. Mike Waite came in after that, and you remember Mike Waite from beating the Bengals in the regular season. But the Eagles in the second half, our third stringers, they could not move the ball. It was really hard to watch. Reed Sinnett nearly threw a pick 6. he's lucky that the Jets defender dropped it or he didn't get there in time, but we could not move the ball. Now, he did throw a touchdown pass late to Kennedy Brooks for us to take the lead 21-17. But then we give up this huge kick return from a guy in the end zone. I think the guy's name was Knight. And the Jets go down and win on a touchdown pass, 24-21. Yeah, we lost, but you know what? The thing that you really want to see from preseason, you want to see your team look good. And our starters outplayed the Jets starters yesterday, and that's what's important. We outplayed their starters. The starters looked good. We didn't get any injuries. The Jets weren't so lucky. I hope that Zach Wilson is okay. And we'll see what happens next week when we take on the Cleveland Browns. So have a good one, everybody, and go Birds.